Get the real facts. Listen to the real interviews. Share your real thoughts with Andre Donald on Real Expressions, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., Monday to Friday. It's all about Real Expressions.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking, what you say when you're talking. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful. I say we have to prepare to meet the challenges of life without fear. Greed and jealousy, hatred and envy, man, you have to move with care in that jungle out there. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. How you move when you're moving, which direction you're going. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
Where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk. Where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
In your search for happiness, you got to leave a little room for loneliness. More things could happen all of a sudden before you realize it's only a disguise. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. With what you do and how you're doing it. If you do, when you're doing it, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the world. You're probably saying, well, Andre, why don't you pray? No, I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it up to one of our listeners to call in and pray. I do at times, but this morning I decided that I'm not going to. Seems like Kenya probably went out, and so she's not close to her phone. So I am not going to. I'm going to leave it up to, let me see how long it's going to take one of you to pick up the phone and call in and pray. We have never had Clifford praying or somebody else praying. We want to hear you this morning. So I'm going to leave the theme song running until you decide to pray.
While you go along your way, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Where you go when you're walking, what you say when you're talking, you got to be careful. You got to be careful, careful.
Good morning. Hello. Why? I thought we had somebody there. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Let us pray. Amen. How are you? That's right. That's good. That's good. That's good. What are you doing today? Just resting? That's all? What you cooking, girl? I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. All right. So everything good though? All right. Good. Take care. You too. Remember, I was up by you on Saturday, you know? Yeah. I called and I called and I called. And then before I reached the spot, I met a guy and I says, "Where is the Bocas?" And he's like, "Well, you passed there long." Yeah. Yeah. But I'll come back again. So you see, I was gonna come and look for your birthday. So you see, I did try. Right, I tried. Right. All right, darling. So don't worry, I'll come again. I will come again. And then I went up, and the thing about it is that I stayed because I had somebody with me. I had, well, one, two, three, four other persons with me. And one of the persons with me, their father lives in Guapo. And for the first time I went up inside Guapo, right up the hill. And I met one of the Real FM listeners, a short red skinned lady. Don't remember her name. Right, because the place I was going was opposite Jones' home, right on top of the hill. As you reach on top of the hill there. No, by a gentleman. He walks kind of a bent. Right. Yes. So I was visiting him with one of his children. One of his children was with me, so we went there. And all that time I call him, and the girl answering the phone. So you see. Haha. Next time. Take care of yourself. Okay, great. Bye-bye. You too. It's Real 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Good morning, Grenada.
More things could happen all of a sudden before you realize it's only a disguise. You got to be careful. You got to be careful.
I decided this morning, let me do so, I like to surprise people and do all sort of things, but I don't think that this should be a surprise, But let me do this. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna walk through you and I are gonna go through the whole process together. Take your time. Take your time and dance. Yeah. Oh, Nabila? No, she's not with me this morning. Well, not here. But let's see what we can do. Yeah. I'm going to do this and see what happens. Yeah. That's true. Okay. Let's see what gives with this. Good morning to all those on WhatsApp who are saying good morning to me. And here's hoping that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful DAY. Right. So, wow, loads of messages on that side, boy, Andre. Okay, is there anyone there yet? No. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait for a bit and see what happens. Wow, those are messages. Oh, those are messages from I saw them yesterday, man. I say well messages from this morning. Okay. Okay, let's get rid of all the messages from yesterday so then we can deal with the messages from today. Good. So, it's Monday. Oh, you haven't seen me for this morning? I kind of didn't want you to see me, but then let me change that narrative now. Let me cause you to see me. Yeah, that is me this morning. Me, you didn't see me there. Hi, morning. What you doing? Everything good? Let me do some fix camera and thing and make sure camera nice, right? But I don't like the camera quality this morning at all. I don't like the camera quality this morning. So let me see what's on my WhatsApp on my phone. Somebody asking me what's up, sleepyhead. Sleepyhead? Head? Me? That's a serious cause for LOL. LOL means laughing out loud. Yeah, all right. So let me see. Oh yes. Oh yes. So how are we go? Oh my God, Lord have mercy. If you all see this creature, Lord have mercy. Let me see if I can bring up this creature for you to see this creature. No. Oh no. You must be crazy. I wonder if we can get, okay, let's see what we can do here. No. Okay, yeah, that one look kind of like a bit better. Boyo, bonje, alioy. Oui, papi. Hold on, I'm trying to get the best possible one. Me. Uh-oh. Now are you sure this is how you want to go on? Be careful. Don't tell me that I put you on and I set you up and everything, right? Are you sure? Nod your head. Okay. People, now I am urging you to everybody, share your live immediately. Before I do this, I want everybody share your live immediately. Everybody who is on the live, share the live now. God, wow. Lord have mercy. Hello, Nabi, I know you're hearing me. Are you sure? If you're sure, nod your head. Now, because you look disastrous. Are you sure? Just nod your head. Nod your head if you're okay. You sure? Okay, she's sure. So let's go. And 1, 2, 3, and badang. Pooh! There she is, the wildcat. Hold on, I ain't nobody hearing you yet. Wait until I say they can hear you. Wait. I don't understand what's wrong with you. Wait until I say they can hear you. Now you may speak.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you going to say that? That's stress. My God.
Hell, my God. Are you looking at you? Oh my God, Lord have mercy upon us in this world. Wow, are you really? You what?
It's a holiday. I just woke up.
I know. Oh my God. Lord help us.
Everybody, you know what? say, these people are my family. Look at us daily. They listen to us on a daily basis. So if they see me in my just wake up face, then at the end of the day, that's family. And I have no regrets.
Even you're looking at me, a bar in my face.
What are you hiding your face for?
I put on blinders. I don't want to see. Oh my gosh. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I just don't like how my camera is showing on this. I probably need to tweak it a bit, play with it for a while.
Well, you see, that's one of the problems that one of the concerns using the Skype. I don't necessarily get it the way I want to. If we're using
The other
the
thing.
StreamYard, we
Yeah.
get better. So really, again, it's about the carpenter. Yeah, it's about the carpenter. Or unless I do some reading and figure out how to do it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you good? How's your daughter?
I'm okay. She's okay. Everybody's okay. They're outside. Everybody basically just woke up because it's a holiday. So, and the way woke everybody up because the guy came to cut the yard this morning. So
Who paying?
our dad, he's him.
Oh, daddy paying.
Yeah.
All right.
Dad cut
I'm
the
I'm
yard.
going to go on. I'm going to go on YouTube
Mhm.
to see. But it's like I'm not seeing it. So hold on. Let me do that and let me go over here. And go search. Okay, I see. I see it in the search. So
Okay.
I'm going to see. Well, I want to see how you look.
Disastrous, I'm assuming.
What's that?
Disastrous, as you indicated.
Yeah, well, I mean, from there you look disastrous. No, actually, YouTube, you look a little bit better.
Wow.
You look a little bit better on YouTube. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Great. That's good.
I wouldn't say all the things I want to say because you might get upset.
No, I look horrible. You
No.
need to go. I did wash my face, by the way.
Yeah. I see you have a tattoo.
Oh, yes. I normally have. Oh,
I,
yes.
I
So
see a,
nobody knows about that.
I see you have a tattoo right there.
What's his name? Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want me to dig that tattoo now? To dig tattoo into this dig tattoo?
Me and my digging tattoo friend, we no longer speak with each other
Oh,
for whatever reasons.
no, but he's there. You know he lost his wife, eh?
Yes,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
there. When we did that
Yeah, when we did
song.
that thing, yeah,
Right.
yeah. But he's all right. He told me he's gonna be down pretty soon after they do a memorial service and so. But the funeral is gonna be here,
Oh,
so and more than likely we'll get a chance to be a part of the funeral because it's gonna be at the what you may call it
well,
at the church at Tivoli.
oh, it's close. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
I have a funeral on Thursday.
Oh, you ever, who died?
Welcome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everybody's here. Everybody went through the protocols, the 7 days quarantine. They be cooking in the quarantine.
Well, yeah, I guess
People,
if in the quarantine, have fun. Once they would have all come in together, then they can quarantine together.
yeah, people passing and dropping them their nice little bottles. So they had fun in their quarantine.
Well,
But everybody's out now, so we're just.
I hope they didn't break the protocols, meaning they didn't interact with people per se.
Oh no! They would drop it with one of the securities, and
Okay.
he would do what's necessary. Yeah. But everybody's out now, so they're just looking forward to the day.
to the day. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you plan to do? What do you plan to cook today? Are you going to be cooking today? Are you the chef in the house today?
I cooked yesterday. More than like that, probably might cook today. I'm thinking about pie because I haven't had pie in a while. So probably I'll do pie with some fish, and I'm not sure what else as yet. Too much rice is not good for the soul. So we'll see how that.
Well, you can do some ground provisions and stuff, innit?
True. No, we had provisions yesterday.
Oh, you had that yesterday.
Yeah.
All right. So provisions yesterday. You're gonna do pie today. Okay. Doesn't hurt to do more provisions today, eh?
True. Probably have it on the side, but we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Going to the beach?
No, I don't have no business on the sea.
Okay.
Today is basically a relaxing day. I'm going to relax for the day. The only thing I have to do is iron Renee's school clothes because I didn't do that yesterday because I knew today was a holiday. So I just say, you know what, I'm going to do it today. I'm going to do it very early, probably after I'm finished cooking. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I think I have some ironing to do today as well.
Yeah.
And but I believe somewhere in the back of my mind says I have to attend something today. And for the life of me, I got up this morning thinking that, okay, fine. What's that?
I know what you have to attend today.
Can you WhatsApp me?
Yes.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
do it we get off.
Yeah, because I'm like, what the heck? What do I have to attend? There's something I have to attend today, and I just couldn't remember. And all now, for the life of me, I cannot remember what I have to attend.
I could probably tell you in code.
No, don't code.
Huh? Went to somewhere together.
Uh-huh.
And then I told you I would call the police.
We went somewhere together, and you said you will call the police.
Yes.
Nah, I ain't read that code. That code book ain't reached by me yet. No, I ain't read that code.
Okay. I'll WhatsApp you though.
Yeah, WhatsApp me that because I don't want to disappoint. The next thing is a good function that I have to go to, and I don't want to disappoint, and then the person or persons or whatever, or the group or organization, turn around and want to hate me. But I really don't remember. But I remember that I have to go somewhere, but I really don't remember where exactly I have to go. All right. So anyway, go do what you got to do. Be good, and don't do what you shouldn't do.
Anyway.
All right. Bye-bye now. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Now, why on earth did we just freeze up? Did I just see that? We just froze up all the way? All right. So let's go back. Okay. So we can transition to this now. Right. Oh, Nabila. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Girl. Good thing you just mind my business sometimes, we. Yeah. All right. So now I know what I have to attend today. Because I had forgotten totally.
Where you go when you're walking, what you say when you're talking, you got to be careful.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent, perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone Disinfectant Cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness, keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents, soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone Ozone Toilet Bowl Cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Who wants to?
Oh, hold on there. I didn't ask you to play. I want to speak to Cassia. What's wrong with you? Just who want to be what? Behave yourself. All right. Good morning, Cassia. How are you? I'm okay. Well, it's a holiday, but not a holiday for us. People like you and me that never really enjoy these things. Yeah. I mean, all right. So what's it going to be like for the weather today, love? All right. Thank you very much, Cassia, and have a wonderful day. Okay, how's Mr. Tamer? Mr. Tamer, I haven't spoken to him for quite a bit. Oh, so who is the boss now? No, Mr. White on vacation too. I thought you. Oh, he's back. I know. Okay. Take care, sir, girl. All right, bye-bye. All right, it's real. It's 91.9, 23 minutes. Make that 33 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour, which would make it 27 minutes on the upswing to 8 o'clock. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. You know, I had to play this ad, right?
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody! Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
Green's Concept introduces the latest innovation in air conditioning technology in Grenada, providing the most energy efficient, environmentally friendly air conditioning units in Grenada. Using a natural refrigerant, our air conditioning unit systems are up to 40% more energy efficient than the current units used in the Grenadian market. Powerful cooling while using less electricity and very inexpensive. That means more money in your pocket. We offer free delivery to all locations of installation and installed by top quality trained professional engineers with over 20 years experience in the business. Contact Green's Concept 417-5460 or 442-1663. Email greensconcept@gmail.com. At Green's Concept, we cool you and the planet.
Green's Concepts announces special prices on 18,000 and 24,000 BTU units. You have been saving on power, now save on prices. Call us today.
I'm Shadell Naya Compton of Belmont Estate, and I've worked in the tourism industry in Grenada for 20 years, and I just love what I do. When COVID-19 halted business and I had to close my doors, it was so painful. Loss of income, loss of guests, loss of staff. Today, there's light again. because of the COVID-19 vaccine. I listened to the scientists and to my trusted friends in the medical profession. I took the vaccine to get back to work and back to life. And because I care for myself and for each of you, I am only one. But together, we can get there.
It is real 91. Good morning. Ouch.
Good morning.
Well, I seem to be having some problems here in relation to
The phone?
some double. I'm using you as the guinea pig now.
What's new?
I'm trying to find out, and I'm waiting on my good friend Joan to send me a message. Joan, can you tell me whether or not? Yeah, Joan is my English what you may call it.
Short lady.
Was that
The short lady.
short lady?
The shirt.
Yeah, that's my shirt lady. That's my. You got it right.
Yeah. But I remember I sent you something on the live as well. When you were speaking with drumsticks, I wasn't hearing her also.
Okay, are you hearing? But you can't. You don't. No.
I mean, multitask, but not that well.
Okay, so I'm waiting on the message from Joan.
In the background.
Say again.
Please ignore the weedy tear in the background.
I'm not hearing it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm not hearing it. Your phone probably shut out the background noises.
Noise, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice for you.
All right, let me see. Let me see if your manager is hearing now. I think your manager sent a message. Let me see, and then I'd know I got it right. I don't know what went wrong. Maybe I touched one of the buttons. Joan says yes, she can.
Okay.
And I'm seeing the message being typed by your manager as I speak. So it's probably after I knocked it. Yeah, okay, fine. So everybody's hearing now. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. All you're hearing now. Thank you very much for being so very concerned. You're such a nice audience. Do I really need you there? I don't. Goodbye. Take care. God bless you.
Have a great day.
You too. Right. So we've sorted it out. It's back to NORMAL. Right. Now, I decided that I'd have a conversation with a gentleman today for a couple of minutes. So let me see if I can reach him. Let's see if I can reach him via phone, and then I'll be able to have that. Let me see what this guy is saying there. Okay, let me leave he alone now and take him after I finish drive. Right. Let me see if I can reach this gentleman. If I'm able to reach a gentleman, I'm going to have a conversation with him. And I expect it to be a very interesting conversation that you may or may not like, but that's all right. That's the way the cookie crumbled. That's the way life is. So if the gentleman, because I see he picked up. So hold on there, sir. Let me just hook one thing up and I'll come right to you. I know you heard that. So just hold the line. Right. So I think I've got him all. If I say tied up, he'll probably hang up his phone. So I think I've got him all connected. Good morning, Stanley Charles.
I don't want to be tied up.
That's what I said. That's why I was very careful not to use the words tied up. Connected is better.
Indeed, we are connected.
Yeah. So how are you?
Well, I'll tell you, it's a strange day because I didn't go for my work this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have a flu about to attack me.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to stay in the room to me as if, at least here in the city, it's going to be a wonderful day.
Right. Now, Stanley, let me just let listeners know before we get into anything. And let us agree with what is factual. You have a court case pending, correct?
Yep.
Right. So therefore, based on my knowledge of how things are supposed to happen, you will not be able to at this time to make any comments in relation to that court case, right?
No, I can't because it's sub judice, plus my lawyer has placed a gag order on me anyway.
Okay, so you can't speak to that issue. And of course, I appreciate that. But does that mean that you are not able to speak to other issues, Stanley?
No. I'm free to speak on any issue that I'm capable to speak on, that I have knowledge to speak on. But then when you are involved in a matter before the court, then obviously, if you speak on it, it is detrimental in terms you may be perverting the course of justice. So to protect all sides, you're not supposed to speak on it.
Okay, great. Now, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions.
That's all as if you're setting me up for the fall, boy.
No, I'm not gonna set you up. Not at this time. Not when you have this big court case up against you. That is enough to take care of you. I'm not bothering. I'm not gonna bash you on the head again with that. Let me leave you alone with that. That could handle you. But Stanley, interesting developments over the past couple of days.
Yes.
As somebody said to me, Andre, we always have very interesting things taking place in Grenada. Now, we had the resignation, and it's not very often we see resignations like that. We had the resignation of Grenada's ambassador at large and also the consul general, because I think people get it mixed up. Some people have him as the ambassador for Grenada to Florida, but he's actually ambassador at large, and he is the consul general for Grenada in Florida. I'm speaking here of Newfield, and he tendered his resignation only a couple days ago to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. That will be Oliver Joseph. Did you get a chance, Stanley, to peruse or to read this resignation?
Well, yes, Andre, thank you. You're giving me all kind of fancy thing about perusing. This is all over the net, and lots of people have sent me the various stories on it. Can I just start by saying to our audience, look, it's very rare that someone under the umbrella of a diplomat, get the word diplomat, would resign and then have it become public. The mere fact that you're a diplomat, there are certain codes that govern you, and everything you do is diplomatic. Therefore, you would not speak. And if you speak, you'll be very guarded in what you have to say. So there's obviously background of this we are not aware of, or else it would not become public. This man enjoyed a very privileged position because he was a diplomat at large, and we supposedly, and there's evidence of it, benefited from his business contacts, which is for the Grenada. It is Grenada. It is not Andrew Donald benefiting or Stanley Charles or any individual benefiting. It is the country benefiting. So you look at it in that context. And just let me say here, because I know where I'm going, hopefully. When I came to this country, this was in 83, just after the invasion, everything was done through the eyes of the BBC. People need to understand these things. So you think BBC. Well, where is the BBC editorial set? It isn't set in a black country. It certainly isn't set in Grenada. So you're brainwashed to begin with to think like the BBC. So here comes the Americans, and they gave you CNN, unlimited viewing, except no, you have to pay for it. That's part of the American strategy. They get your head, and when they get your head, you pay them the bucks. The British are very nice and friendly. All they want is your head. So you think like them, you act like them, and you act against your own interests. And I dare to say, Andre, and you could challenge me on this, that what is happening here, not disregarding the facts, we now have black people holding on to a white viewpoint over this issue. The issue, as it's been portrayed to us, you don't have a white man speaking and complaining. You have black people who have taken up this issue, but they see it from a particular skewed point of view. Again, without blaming the media too much or people who write these issues, in Grenada, we haven't got a policy or we haven't got a system where the journalists were called in and briefed. They had a background briefing on the story. So they know stuff that the public wouldn't be aware of. And this would be done either by some senior person in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or a junior minister. You are briefed off the record, so you know what the issue is about. So then you would have the Grenadian viewpoint. And here I stop and beg to differ with the people who report on these issues, however they do it. Here is what one respected commentator or journalist, writer in the media is saying. He talks about using the race card. Now, I think that was an unfortunate word because in terms of using the race card, that implies there isn't any race issue here. You are using it to gain advantage.
You muffled there a bit, Stanley. Can you go back to the race card?
Yes, I'm saying that it's unfortunate that this was used. It's used by a respected commentator, a respected owner of the media, and he's a Grenadian. And therefore, I don't wish to name him yet, but there's no reason why I ought not to name him. However, when you say that the race card was used, you are implying that there's no race issue here. It is you using that for advantage or some sort of gain. That's why you use the race card. The Americans have a long history of racism, even after 100 years, centuries of black people being there. They are now fighting for what is called Black Lives Matter. So we are talking about a country that is steeped in racism. There is a song, Andre, called Strange Fruits. And what is strange fruit? Strange fruit is black people hanging from trees. So when you accuse our prime minister of playing the race card, again, you need to give us the background. Here is a man who used to live in America, and I'm not paid to defend him, so I'm not going to defend him. Now, here's a man who used to live in America, in Washington, D.C. If he doesn't understand racism, there's something wrong with him. And he went to Howard University, which is a prestigious black university. It's important to understand that. That's why he have a hard-line attitude on us smoking ganja, because he comes from a drug city. He understands the impact of drugs in that city. When he was there, one of his mayors was sent to prison for cocaine use. And that, so he understands drugs from a point of view of the harmful effect it can have. So if he chooses to, I think you have to be very careful how you knock that down, because he spent years in a city of race and living in an atmosphere of racism. Therefore, he understands racism. And since he is the prime minister, if you're going to knock him down, then you have to have the facts, because he's speaking from a point of view where he's privy to facts that we haven't got, and he's also speaking in the house where he's immune. He could say anything in that house because he's immune. So the fact that he's former diplomat use undiplomatic language, and he's in parliament using the same undiplomatic language, except he's in parliament where he's immune from doing it. So I think our media people are a bit skewed in how they're reporting on these things. They're reporting on it from the source of the letter.
So Stanley, you hold on right there, Stanley. So have you just said that both parties may have used undiplomatic language?
Yes, I just said.
You just said that?
Yes.
And in what context, or what do you think Keith Mitchell said which can be deemed undiplomatic?
Well, the fact that he used harsh language in Parliament, where he is immune and he knows he's immune, the other side could say, well, look at what he said. This is just as harmful to me as what I said. But this is a minor thing. I was merely showing that both sides can make that claim of the language being undiplomatic. The Prime Minister, when he uses it in Parliament, he's immune. When the former diplomat, Warren Newfield, use it, he strikes at Grenada. The fact that he is now a Grenadian citizen, he's hurting us, and he's doing so deliberately. We pick it up and repeat it. We are damaging ourselves. And the reference to that is, many people may have seen it or read the book. It's an old book about Kunta Kinte. When Kunta is being beaten into submission to accept his name is not Kunta Kinte, his name is Toby. He's doing so, and it's one of his black brothers who is beating the living daylight out of him. That is an analogy of we are pursuing the white man's interests against our own interests. The issue of the sale, if I'm straying, please tell me. The issue of the sale of Grenada and how we end up owning it, Grenada.
Well, that is part of what you're not straying, because Ambassador Newfield did bring that in and said that when he painted the country and said the regime was an anti-business regime, he did point to Grenlec,
yes,
to sort of explain why he believed that it is anti-business, anti-investor regime.
And that is an opinion he's entitled to hold. However, that opinion he holds, it's calculated to do us a certain amount of damage. I would then reference that there are very few countries in the world that fails to own their electricity, fails to own their water supply, because as you would know, Andre, these things are seen as essential, and therefore any state would wish to hold it. The difference between the PRG and the rest of governments we have, the PRG believed in state-owned, and therefore the PRG would not have sold anything, but try to buy them because that's the politics. That's what they believe in, that they should own the banks. We came along and disagree with that, that we believe we should privatize or make it easier for business people. So the issue of Grenlec being now back in the ownership of the people of Grenada, it can't be faulted purely on the facts. You may disagree of how they supposedly came from the money or how the shares are going to be structured. That's a different issue. The issue of ownership, we should be proud that we've got this back and make sure that we can manage it, because it's the state, and the state, there are certain things the state needs to control. So again, when you're writing as a journalist, at that level you're writing on, you're not just merely reporting for 15 seconds and you're gone. Now, understand that it is essential we have these things under our control. And you can go and read any kind of books on politics or books on economics, an economic issue, and you will see that that is how the world is run. And I give you two references. When I think it was Kuwait, bought up the American ports, which was up for sale, the Americans step in and say, no, these people, we don't want them owning our ports because we see these people as a security threat. Don't care how much money they have, tell them to piss off.
But Stanley, something like that also happened with Murdoch, didn't it?
Yes, when Rupert Murdoch decided to move to the United States and he's going to buy up Fox, the Americans say, no, you're not buying none of this. You're not an American. And we want to understand your editorial. Rupert Murdoch became an American citizen. And that's how he ended up owning Fox and the other enterprises that they own in America. So you have to see these things as they're constructed. Why would the Americans stop an investor, major investors, from investing in America? Why? If a Grenadian do it, it's wrong. You don't like white people, you this, that, that. Well, stop and check and see how the world is run. That we ought to be in control of our banks. We sold them. Why we sold them? Pressure from the IMF. from the same Americans. When my poor brother goes to or sister is dragged before the court for smoking some ganja and they take their money away from them, it's saying that is money laundering. It have nothing to do with the people in Grenada. It is what the Paris Club says. The Paris Club says lock them up. Black people, they shouldn't have any money. So we charge them with money laundering. And the police likes that because the police ends up with the money. But I'm not going to deviate. I'm going to stick to the issue. And the issue is our journalists, they're not brief and they do not understand stories. And it seems to me some of them haven't read anything. So
let me just read something for you, Stanley. Haven't read anything. Let me read something for you from an article here, and I believe it's written. Not believe it is written by Hamlet Mark, and I want to quote something from two paragraphs, and it reads here. So let's read 3 paragraphs. Yeah, Newfield, a Grenadian citizen, has been the country's ambassador at large for 6 years and financed the running of the Grenada consulate in Miami. Newfield has read the Prime Minister's statement with great dismay. We will be responding in detail to these unfounded allegations at the appropriate time as the matter unfolds, the official press statement from his office said. And it goes on to point out, and I'm trying to figure out where does this tie into the whole story, Stanley? Maybe you can help me. Here's the other paragraph, the 3rd paragraph. With business interests in many countries, Newfield has been, among other things, the chairman of Talon Metals Co-op, which produces nickel within the United States for the use in batteries in electric vehicles. How does that statement tie into that whole news story?
Well, because he's wishing to say that Newfield has some credibility because he's connected to business enterprises.
So because of the credibility, then he is above I wouldn't say above the law, but he's Lord and mighty and can make whatever statements he wants. Is that what the article is saying?
Well, the article is implying that he's in a position to speak with authority. Again, I say that if you're writing an article like that, the authority, unfortunately for you, is the Prime Minister of the country and what he says against what the investor would have said. Until the investor produce facts that goes against what the Prime Minister said, your duty is to highlight what the Prime Minister said, at the same time referencing what the former ambassador said. But let me also add this to it, Andrew. This is not a normal ambassador that we send from Grenada to represent us in China, in India, wherever. This is almost an honorary position. You find in Grenada, we have people here. For instance, I think one of the Bizinskis represent a country from which his father came from. And there are a few of them here. So it's an honorary position. You don't get diplomatic niceties. You're not immune from arrest or anything like that, but you represent the country. But that means the same person as Newfield was, that he can then turn up in various places as a representative of Grenada and carry that status. And they do it for the status, not necessarily for helping you. Doors open for them. He's a businessman. And therefore, if he have that range as a diplomat, it's what he gets out of it on his behalf, which we're not aware of. We don't know, because Grenada is almost a closed society. I know you'll kick me in the teeth for saying that, but he can then appear in various financial institutions and speak with that authority. He's not doing so on behalf of Grenada. He's doing so on behalf of himself. As Hamlet has just said, he quotes his credibility. So if he's that credible, then can you imagine when he's got the support of a diplomatic representative behind him, what that means? He's the beneficiary. He's the benefactor of Grenada's goodwill, not us from him. It's him from us. Understand that?
Okay. It is real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. A minute before the 8 o'clock hour, Andre Donald here this morning, of course, as with most mornings, and speaking there to Stanley Charles a bit on this, what we'll say, trending issue. That's the modern language you can use, Stanley. That what is trending today is
It's trending. Unfortunately for us, we are caught up in the trend, and our people need to be more informed if they're going to take part in this trend. You are damaging yourself.
Stanley, I am of the opinion, and you can correct me here, that when something happens, no, one is not going to, and one should never follow anybody blindly. But if your state takes a position on something, shouldn't it be that the people in the state recognize the state has taken this position, and it has not been Keith Mitchell taking that position? Shouldn't we be able to differentiate when it's state and when it's Keith Mitchell?
Well, I think you're kicking me in the teeth and asking me to smile, so I'll try. Now, unfortunately for us, our politics, it didn't start now. We tend to fuse the state with the politics, and therefore it's difficult to tell. But yes, the answer to that question is yes, that what is of interest here is the state. And if you are in Hamlet position, and you're writing what is a editorial commentary piece, that because he has the ability to do it and he would understand the facts, you have to then hold the line of the state you're dealing with. And this is the state line. You could easily do that as an editorial, right? If you're doing it as a commentary piece, you then go to some professor or some institute that specializes in these issues for a comment. You know damn well that the comment would be negative towards the state position. That's why you went to the Institute of whatever, Foreign Affairs, the Institute of Right Wing, or whatever you're going to give you that comment. You cannot comment that yourself and somebody in the state, because you're underwriting the state. You are the faulted state. You can't bring the state down. This is what the state has said. Until you have evidence that contradict what the state is saying, you have to hold the state line. And that is why you are the faulted state. You're not going to go there and pushing a line that goes against yourself. You see, unfortunately, mentally, we have become the enslavers. We enslave each other on behalf of the white man, and we don't know we're doing it. So yes, everybody is quoting what Northfield has said, because we get in evens with Keith Mitchell. We always wanted to kick him in the groin. Now we could do it because we're saying what somebody else has said. It's not us who's saying it, but we don't understand the damage. It's not him you're kicking, It's you. When you kick Keith Mitchell, I am the one you're kicking. I am the one who is feeling it. He doesn't feel it. He has enough money. He has a lovely house on the hill. He's okay. You're hurting me. But if you stop and think and write a balanced article, you will then give the benefit of the doubt to the state. Hamlet have connection with the United States of America now. Can he point to any publication in America, a journalist, who boldly said that the ex-president is a racist, he's a this? No. They just talked about how different he is and the different and what he is. He's got 60 million supporters. They're not. The man is not racist. They wouldn't say that. But if you're going to say something negative, as they do all the time, it's a black dictator. It is a banana republic, and then we repeat it as if it's gospel. And that's the damage our media is doing to ourselves. When you say so and so is a dictator, you're talking about yourself. The white man never calls himself a dictator. He's a strong leader. He's strong will, never a dictator. I lived in England during the time of Margaret Thatcher. Racist, out and out racist. Dictator of the best kind. Did they ever say that? No, she's an iron lady. She's an iron lady. Huh? She's such an intelligent woman. She comes from a family of so-and-so. She is a conservative to the core. What the hell does that mean when you read it? But when it's a black man, kill him off because he's a dictator. When you say the man is a dictator in your country, a black man, you're speaking of yourself. Change the discussion. As I said, is this, change the narrative. And look at the black man and see why he's like that. Most of the time, and I'll give you a Grenadian reference, most of the time, he's executing the white man wishes to kill you off without you knowing. Now, when the police, this is the police now, the police choose to arrest me because I have a spliff. I have 2 ounces of ganja. The same man who is the head of the law and make the laws, the prime minister says, forget them people with their ganja. Why don't you go and deal with them fellas with the suit and tie or whatever he said, who's spoiling people's children? They're not doing that. They're running me down because I'm smoking ganja. And we already indicated that we are going to take a soft approach on ganja. So why is the police wasting their time running me down because I have a split? Because they're executing the white man wishes. Kill them. Lock them up. And that's what they do. And they don't know they're doing that. So here, this issue you're raising is quite important. That black people with the pen, black people with the voice in the media, they're using that voice to enslave us. They're using that voice to besmirch our character. And they don't know what they're doing.
How do we re-educate ourselves?
Well, I think we re-educate, and there I give credit to you, Andre, because there aren't many stations in Grenada, there are quite a few of them, who do serious speech, talk speech. You know they always criticize you and criticize me for talking to you. And I say, well, that is the man editorial. I know that this is the editorial, so I should be intelligent enough to skip around his editorial. But I said, that is his editorial. His editorial is he supports the government. That is his editorial. It's not as if you don't know. That is his editorial. So if you know that is, like I would always say, and then he's going to go to clobber me, I say, well, you know, the media is not free. They're muzzled. And he said, no, you can't say that on this station. I say, well, why do you want me to say? He said, well, they impose restrictions on themselves. He uses another word for restrictions. And I said, okay. So he said, well, yeah, you could say what you want, but I want you to follow my editorial. And my editorial say they're imposing self-censorship on themselves. So if I'm on Andrew's program, I have to say self-censorship because that is his editorial. If I'm on another station or I'm writing as Hamlet, I say they're muzzled. The press is muzzled. So understand that different people have different editorials. So you know what Andrew's editorial is. Similarly, like this issue we're discussing, his editorial will be to enlighten. Let's enlighten the public on how we got here on the issues that is at stake. The issue, and I've said it on this station several times, the CBI is a gift to the people of Grenada after the Americans invaded us. It's a gift. It was given to Blair. It wasn't given to Dr. Keith Mitchell. It was given to Blair. They did not take advantage of it the way they ought to. So here comes Mr. Mitchell and whoever advised him on his advice, and they're taking advantage of it. What I disagree with, and I always say that, what I disagree with, I say, hey, this thing is meant for the poor people. We're supposed to get some of that money in terms of poverty alleviation. So when them lawyers collect their big bucks, $1 million for signing a piece of paper, they're supposed to let some of that money come to help the poor. They're not doing that. So I go against it. I say, yes, we need the CBI. It's important for us. Let's protect it, but don't let them screw us. Give us some of the money, because that's why the Americans gave it to us. Go and read it. It's not me that's creating that. And it says this should help in poverty reduction, poverty alleviation, as they call it. But we attacked it and attack it. And I've pointed this out before. When we do that, we're attacking ourselves. So we need to stop and say, okay, this part of the CBI is weak. How can we strengthen it? Again, I'm speaking against myself because in Grenada, it's difficult to know who do you talk to when you want to influence. I can have access to Andrew's station. I don't, unless I need to, and talk about issues. But the stations in Grenada ought to have ventilated the CBI a long time ago and get Grenadians to understand it. Ought to have talked about the pressures that the Paris Club have put on us. And why we're in the trouble. They ought to have ventilated a long time ago why the banks had to move out of Grenada. They don't tell us anything. And when it comes to the crunch, they come with 2 seconds of news and you're supposed to understand it. How are you going to understand it? If you are the fourth estate, your business is to enlighten us against the odds.
Stanley, let me ask you this, because it's going to, this one may go against you and still go for you. But let me ask you this: when you'd have made all these statements and one would have listened, the first thing that would pop out of some people's mind is this: what, Stanley supporting Kit Mitchell, boy?
Well, I am used to that, and I must say and give credit to my people in Grenville who talk to me all the time whenever I go to Grenville, and I'm able to explain to them, look, there's the state, and there is Kit Mitchell and the NNP. So I will be critical of some of his policies, and indeed support others, and see that I am not here to attack him or anything, but I can attack his policies. So from the Grenadian point of view, the fact that I say something good that favors the NNP or Kit Mitchell, say, well, he's one of them. So, but I'm used to that. They don't really mean that. What they're trying to ask is, well, how come you support them on this and you don't support them on that? What do they call me? They say I'm a jack on both sides, something like that. So, I try to explain and say, but no, look, the Prime Minister have a particular role. He's the Prime Minister. You can't attack him as a person. You could attack his policies, and that's what we did. But in Grenada, we don't deal with that. So yes, I'm used to that. People always say, oh, you know, I like Keystone, and I like to kiss up to him and all the rest of it. That is just a Grenadian reaction without understanding the depth of the thing. Because when I started to explain to people how the banks have left and why they have left, and people say, but nobody ever told us that. No, nobody ever told you, because they don't care. When the banks decided to live here, it is the Americans who pressurized them and decided, the same Paris Club with the Paris Club, we're going to charge you a lot for money laundering. And with that, ask people in your area who have a decent bit of money in the bank is now telling them, come and take your money out. We don't want it. Because the banks want them to explain, where did you get the money from? The banks are not doing that in their interest. They're doing that because the Americans have requested that. When you go into a bank these days, you see how different the banks are and how they deal with you. It's not them. This was done by Basel. I call it Basel, but if you look it up, it's Basel. It's Basel III that governs all the banks around the world.
That's not something somewhere in Sweden or somewhere, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You've got it, right?
Yeah.
And so these are the people making the decision. So when I go into the bank and my cousin is behind the counter and she says to me, where's your ID? I want your ID. Show the ID. She says, no, well, I want your passport. So I start to cut off and say, you so-and-so, you don't know me? And last night you was home and you eat with me another. She is doing what the foreigners tell them. We are a small country and we know each other. Now, so as Andre said to me last week, and I can't repeat it, it's a personal thing, they could have run out the back of the bank and come and ask him.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so we are a friendly people. We're a small country, and some of these things that they're forcing us to do, they don't need to do it. When I walk into the bank with a check, the people behind there know me, so they don't have to say, sign here, what's your number, and what position your mother was in when you were conceived. They know, we know each other, so they say, okay, Stanley, the check you gave me, it bonks, you know, and I wasn't supposed to give you the money, blah, blah, blah. Can you put it in tomorrow? We have a way of doing things, but these people come and they impose this way on us, and now everybody hates the bank. Ask them why they hate the bank. It is because of somebody trying to extract some information from them that they don't think they need to give. So they all gone by the credit union.
Here is somebody saying, Stanley, it is so hard to open an account at any one of the banks today. It is just incredible. It's just incredibly difficult.
Especially if you're starting a little bit. No. Look, the fact is, you really need to read and be careful. I'm not being paid to say this, but although they have made significant changes in terms of the credit union and they're becoming more like the banks, your best bet is to go to the credit union because at least you're a shareholder. You can turn up at their meetings and say and argue, look, this is not the way we should be going. And then there's also other financial institutions appearing in Grenada. The business of saving money, that's dead. That's gone a long time ago. What people do now is invest. Remember, we also have something called the CC. Now, I knew it because of how I was brought up. I knew it as partner. So I know partner. I know about box. You have all kind of name, right? But there's also now a drive by various people that it should operate more like a bank. Now, something that this is here. I haven't got the facts on this. That these days the financial watchdog wants the credit the Susu people to say where they get the money from, and that is because the white man told them that, and they haven't stopped and say to the white man, look, this is a cultural thing. It came with us from Africa. We have used it to develop ourselves because you wouldn't give us access to your money. And you know how critical money is, and we live in a capitalist country. So our people have set up their own cultural banks, and therefore you can't impose these rules on them. The woman who's walking around with $5,000 going and look for whoever to pay off that money, you hold her and say she have $5,000, she can't account for it, you lock it up because the white man tell you to do it. No, we need to question. And this goes back to what we're talking about.
Stanley, let me ask before you go back to what you're talking about. Here's this, Stanley. Somebody saying Stanley's absolutely right about his bank thing. The policy is called Fat Cat from the U.S. requirements in Grenada. Fat Cat. Do you know about that?
No, I don't know about it from a Fat Cat point of view. I know it from when what is called the correspondent banks decided to go, which means that you can't send money from here to America or wherever anymore. You have to go to a whole thing because the banks in the middle, the correspondent banks, the Americans have got rid of them. They all left the Caribbean. So now we are in trouble. The same Americans who love you, destroying your economy. And you can't say anything about it. You're not allowed to say anything about it. We play music. Yes, there is a major issue here with the banks, but we're not able to speak. How many times we on Andre's program or any other program ventilating this issue that, look, the banks are screwing us. But we don't know it's not the bank. The bank is merely executing a policy that was determined some time ago. So we have to go by the Ministry of Finance and say, well, why did you allow this to happen? What can you do now? Can we make the changes? Because the Ministry of Finance overlooks these things. And then we're going to end up with the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. Because they're the ones, as it were, who is the body who speaks to Bizzle and that development arm. They're also the one who speaks to the external agency.
Stanley, but let me bring you back to the issue that we started out with. What do you think happens here after all of this? When the dust has been settled, what do you think will happen? Or better still, what would you like to see happen?
Well, I think that's one of the lessons you have to learn from business at the highest level and politics is there is something called pragmatism. So don't be surprised if 6 weeks from now you see the Prime Minister and this guy shaking hands or whatever.
No, that ain't gonna happen. That one ain't happening. That ain't happening.
There's business of being pragmatic.
No.
Yes, there may be major issues that cannot be resolved now, but they may be resolved 2 years down the road. That's the nature of how things work. Grenada, it's unfortunate the language that was used against us and our respect for law, which will hurt us internationally. So we have to pay some agencies or the other to put these things right. That's something we have to do. We have to be concerned about our image and what people say about us. We cannot yet prove, and the media haven't done the work, that this letter is a grudge letter. We are upset, and therefore we say things we shouldn't have said. I'll give you a personal reference. I've always said publicly that Anselm Clouden is a friend of mine. And people are wondering, well, but how come you're not saying this? And I can't say anything yet because I still see him as a friend, but he acted against my interest, and therefore I froze him out. So these things happen. Grenada need to be on course to develop its economy. If you notice these days, everything is smart. So we may have smart radio stations, smart TV, but it hurts us if we are too smart. We can't just depend on basic needs trust fund and EFAD and all these kind of funny people to give us money to develop our economy. And one of the ways we have found of developing our economy, and God bless the Americans, they like to say, God bless America, they gave us the CBI, which is ours in terms of, it's not the CBI, but the E2 visa that you can get once you become a Grenadian citizen. And we're supposed to use that money to help develop us, to help broaden our economy and make the changes while we bring agriculture up to scratch, because at the end of the day, it's agriculture and fisheries is what we're going to depend on. And yes, we're going to have to do value added rather than exporting the sauersup as everybody wants to do. We're supposed to make the juice juicier.
Stanley, interestingly, yes, stop right there. I thought that would have been the best way to go for the United States in terms of sending the juice and the whatever and the what have you not. And somebody within the system said to me, stop, Andre, that cannot happen. So I'm like, explain. And he says, Grenada has the monopoly and the rights to export sauersup to the United States in its raw form. Sauersup, like green sauersup, that's it. When it goes to pulping the sauersup and adding value to it, Grenada has no monopoly. Then Grenada becomes on the same plateau as every other country in the world. The only how we can make the money from the sauersup is to export the sauersup as is.
Okay.
So we don't have any protection. While we have a protection kind of in relation to our sauersup, if we were to pulp it, other countries, yes, but the United States, nope, we hold nothing.
Well, I would answer this way, and that's why I support adult radio, and we need to have talk on various issues, not the politics all the time. So I'm going to answer that if indeed the public should be aware that, look, value added isn't going to help us because we have a narrow band here that give us an exclusive domain to export our raw material to the United States. Now, then I go on to ask, well, how long that exclusivity asks for? And can we, in the meantime, keep some of the sauersup at home and pulp it, develop value added that, as you say, we're not going to go into the United States with, but we'll look for other places to market it. To market it. And then I give you this reference. The same Americans and whoever forced us, we're still in the state of not growing ganja for economic issues. They themselves grew the ganja privately and did the research and are the ones making billions out of it now. So we don't need to get caught. We need to understand clearly, and that's why we must have information, because I wasn't aware of that. Now, look, we have this exclusive window here to sell our sauersup as it is, fine. And the experts will say, look, this may last for 5 years or 10 years. We need to do that, get the best out of it. How can we get the best out of it? And in the meantime, I don't know what government projects, chemist lab, what's the function these days. Who can we go to help us develop this value-added chain that we can benefit from it? And I would reference Kenya as a place where you see a lot of value added, and they have support from the government to do it. There is a woman who I did something with recently, and they're making porridge. And when I saw the porridge, I said, well, hang on a minute. And they're also making camel's milk, which camel milk, and they're exporting it, camel's milk. We, for instance, the people in Malawi, I think it's Malawi, they use donkey milk. And they use donkey milk for makeup, for drinking. And I said, well, hang on a minute. Have we got donkeys yet? So it's a matter of us needing.
Stanley, stop it. Final question for you this morning. You ready?
Yes, go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Will Keith Mitchell and his NNP team win the next general elections, and by what margin do you think?
Well, I would put a bet that, well, okay, I'm going to answer this with a political hat on, despite me not being so interested in politics. I think if you look at what's happening on the political stage, I'm going to answer the question. If you look at what's happening on the political stage, you say, well, Grenada is in disarray because everybody is digging up the dead to come and take part in the election. So Eric Gary died a long time ago. There's no doubt his contribution and the mark is, but you're going to dig him up and bring him back to life. So I suppose we're going to have to go and dig up Brizan and bring him back to life. Now, then you have people who have failed in their private life, failed in their work life. They now want to come and run the biggest business in Grenada. that is the government of Grenada. It's a business. It's an enterprise. And you need smart people. You need enterprising people, but also people who have political skills. So all these dead people that you're bringing forward, I don't think they have a chance because the way the country is, and my bet is, and I'm a betting man. I'm a betting man. When I was in England, I used to bet and make lots of money. No, I'm a betting man. So I would bet that the Keith Mitchell-led administration will win the next election. By a great majority, I don't think so. And also, I think that, and they haven't yet recognized it, I think that Dr. Mitchell, the era of Keith Mitchell in Grenada and what he has done for the country is coming to an end. And therefore, that's why these people are trying to position themselves. But they don't represent anybody in real terms. The NDC have a base. They just haven't got a leader. And it's taking them time to decide how they're going to have a leader. And nobody has yet come forward with leadership quality. What you have is people who failed, who have presented themselves as a leader. So I think they're out. But as a betting man, yes, as they say in the gambling world, I'll put my money on the nose that Keith Mitchell would win. Well, what price? Well, I would go for a 2-to-1 price. But other people may say it's odds on. I think that we're seeing changes are taking place in Grenada. The private sector is perhaps waking up, not the status quo private sector. The ordinary guy, like the guy by you who set up the ripening plant down here, that is private enterprise. I met a guy this week with a cow, a bull. No, I met him last week, but this week I spent some time with him. He's got a bull that when you look at it, I talked about camel, it looks like a damn camel. You see how big that thing is?
Yeah, I saw it on your profile, Stanley, the brown one.
Yes.
I saw you have it. I'm wondering, well, what does Stanley have a bull doing on his profile? Is he into cattle rearing now? That's what I was wondering.
Well, listen to the fascinating thing about that. This big animal, you know what people do? People from Paul's and Simon's, they sneak in there in the night and bring their cow to be serviced. I say, oh God.
So where did he get that one though, Stanley? Where did he get that? Where did he find that one?
He had one here and then he imported one from Carriacou.
Oh, okay.
And merged them because he knows something about it to breed them. So that is two species, one from Grenada, quality, and one from Carriacou, which he said he bought from the Kent estate. So he wasn't surprised at what he produced because that is what he's aiming at. But it's a massive animal. And then he's got a few others that are coming on stream. So I said to him, well, is there a market in Grenada for livestock? And he said, that's a hard question to answer. But yes, he believes in it. And so again, the private sector, I was surprised. I found out I stumbled. Well, I wasn't stumbled. I was brought there. In Victoria, a guy have a field of ginger. I said, well, who are you selling this to? And he explained to me. I said, you make that kind of money in ginger? He says, yes. So I said to my friend, Camera, I said, well, you know something? It's a pity I'm 71 years old. I would have been a farmer. Not them nutmeg and cocoa farmer. They were trouble. And then Andre, I'm not going to say who he is. We met a man, and he told me he make $5,000 a week. I said, what? He said five. I said, well, how are you making this kind of money? And he showed me, and I said, boy, oh boy, I wish I was younger.
Stanley,
Yeah.
you I said it was last question, but you made a number of other comments, and I have to ask you this. I mean, I can't let you go. Who is your most interesting politician in Grenada today, and why?
Well, there's only one. There's only one politician. I've told people this before. I remember we were having lunch at R.M. Bowler's house, which, as you know, is my dad, and Dr. Mitchell and a book, I don't remember her name, from Victoria, Grace Duncan.
From Guelph, not Victoria.
Sorry. They came and had lunch. At the time, Dr. Mitchell was positioning himself to be the leader of the NNP. And as naive as I am, I didn't realize that I was there because I was a prince in waiting. I thought I was just there to give support and analyze. And so I know Dr. Mitchell I know him from way before that. But as a politician and as someone who could politic, and I make that distinction, politic, there is no one in Grenada who can politic the way this man can, and who tends to have a natural alliance. People like him, and that's another thing. Don't care how smart you are or how dumb you are. If Grenadians don't like you, you're not getting anywhere. And with him, they love him. There's genuinely. I remember when we used to be in Grenville, and he would come every Saturday, and we down by Bowler, H.M. Bowler, and he comes and chat to this woman, Miss Iris. So usually I'm the one standing close to him, and he's always treat me with disdain. He says, what are you doing here? I said, well, isn't this a public place? So he would buy his corn and eat and thing. And on the odd occasions, he'd go upstairs by Bowler. So if I want to terrorize him, well, I'll just go upstairs. So he don't want me around, he'll just go. Now, so I've known him. And then I remember in Parliament, I always remember this, a distinct fight in Parliament where there was this argument about leadership or whatever. Let's say the week before we had the famous issue in SAS school and Dr. Mitchell became the leader.
Non-SAS, that would have been in Simon.
No, man, SAS.
Was it SAS?
No, well, I
think it was SAS. It was Simon, I think it was.
I stand to be corrected.
I think it was Simon. I think it was a pavilion. Well, somebody will send in a message immediately, but go ahead.
Right. So Dr. Alexis was going around with this petition you have to sign. Not Dr. Alexis, Dr. Kipidel. Sign this petition showing that you support Robert Blaze. And Dr. Alexis says, I am not a house nigger. I am not signing that. So my thing is, look at the two men as politicians. Look at what Dr. Francis Alexis has become, who he is today, and look at Dr. Mitchell in terms of politics and politicking. Again, give Dr. Alexis credit. This man was brave enough, and I give him that credit, to stamp his chest on our behalf, on black people's behalf, in Barbados, refusing to shake the prince's hand. But look at him today. If I saw him, I'd run away from him. Yes, maybe I am biased, but the only politician, as far as I could see, is Dr. Kit Mitchell, and he could politic. I haven't seen yet anybody who comes to the arena, the public arena, who have that skill or shows that there is that potential. So since you've dragged me into the politics, I said this, which I said to you, and you dismissed me ages ago. That young woman in Sates, you showed me a house and said yes. I must say you said complimentary things, in case she's listening. Andre did say very complimentary things about you when he spoke to me. He says, Stanley, that's where your girl lives. And yes, she comes from this family. She worked hard and this, that. And you've always said nice things about her. But I say, Andre, so why don't you put her on the radio once a week or once a month? And you didn't answer. But now I know why you didn't answer. So all I hear.
So you know I'm smart, right?
Yes. So she could be a potential politician who have cut her teeth on the ground. She doesn't walk away from issues. She speaks issues. You know, you're looking for a politician, somebody like that, regardless who may be in the back of her. She stands publicly on whatever she believes in. It doesn't have to be right or wrong. Other people are looking for a way of how they could buy a house, how they could have a car. So politically, and I'm not afraid to say this, I say this publicly, there's only one politician in Grenada, Dr. Kit Mitchell, and he's the only one who could politics.
Stanley Charles, thank you very much for your conversation this morning. I will, of course, look forward to having another conversation with you in the not too distant future.
You know what they say, you know my number, call me anytime.
All right, Stanley, take care of yourself. Have a great day. What are you having for lunch today, Stanley?
For lunch? Boy,
Yeah.
my lunch, I have no idea what my lunch will be because I run out of fruits. I only have one yogurt there. I don't know what I'm going to have, honestly. I have a piece of...
I need to tell you this. The last person that I caused to bring you some mangoes, you remember?
The lady, yes.
No, not the lady, a gentleman.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, do you know that he lost his wife?
No.
I realize you didn't know that. Yeah, you didn't. You wouldn't. Yeah.
No. I had no idea that he's. But you know, life is so volatile. That's why I said, you know, with me, I enjoy my life every day because I don't. If I die tonight, I wouldn't know. So let me have fun right now.
Yeah, he lost his wife. The funeral, well, she just started a couple of days ago in the U.S. and he's up there. So I don't have any details in relation to the funeral as yet.
It's, you know, whenever these things happen, it's sad. We just have to, as you know, I promote mental health and push mental health. But I don't think there's any answer for death, whether the person was ill or they just became ill. Somebody like me never know what to say because I don't know what to say. When somebody has died, I've only had one person close to me who died, and I was just numb. But there is a guy who told me that when his father died, he was pushed to take care of one of his sisters because they were so worried about this sister and that she would crack up. And you know what happened? He fell into the grave.
He fell into the grave.
Yes, that's to show you the shock, how we feel, how death is. He was supposed to be that strong. He said, you will take care of her. So he did. But he fell into the grave. So, you know, death affects us all at different levels, and it's hurt and it's painful. And that is why that's one of the reasons why I promote mental health. Because at this time, you need to run by the psychiatrist to help you deal with these issues. None of us can cope. We think we can, but we can't.
Can you do me a favor? Get off the radio, man.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Take care, Stanley. All right, one love. Okay, good. Bye-bye. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. 22 minutes before the 9 o'clock hour. Andre Donald, my side. We're going to take a commercial break, friends, and we will be back.
When you think of Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, what comes to mind? A reliable financial institution that has stood the test of time. Maybe you think about the convenience and quality financial service they provide. Do you think about their readiness to help you retire, achieve your academic goals, build your dream home, buy the piece of land, or the elegant car? Or maybe the convenience of their different locations, Jubilee Street in Grenville, or the new outlet on Lucas Street in St. George's in the Derek Sylvester building. Maybe you always consider how they're always a phone call away, 442-8602 or 438-4228. They're also online, www.grenvillecreditunion.com. No matter what comes to mind, remember, Grenville Cooperative Credit Union is the best place to save and to borrow, working with you to make your brighter tomorrow.
There comes a time in every household when a loved one passes on, and we all need the support and guidance of a trusted friend. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home has been your dedicated friend. And now, for your convenience and added financial ease, we introduce specially designed complete funeral packages from as low as $5,500. Same professional quality services, but now greater choices at the lowest possible prices. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit LaCroix Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. Conditions apply. Serving you from locations in St. George's, Grenville, and Carriacou. Call us at 440-2302 any time of day. LaCroix Brothers Funeral Home, continuing a tradition of excellence.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of it, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016, or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantemelle in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
Now more than ever, Flow is working hard to keep you connected to the things that matter most. Your family, your work, and your favorite entertainment. We are also providing Flow Study free of charge so students can stay connected and up to date with their schoolwork. And because your safety is our highest priority, you can manage your account from the safety of your own home through the MyFlow app. We are here for you, keeping you connected.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
I'm Shadell Naya Compton of Belmont Estate, and I've worked in the tourism industry in Grenada for 20 years, and I just love what I do. When COVID-19 halted business and I had to close my doors, it was so painful. Loss of income, loss of guests, loss of staff. Today, there's light again. because of the COVID-19 vaccine. I listened to the scientists and to my trusted friends in the medical profession. I took the vaccine to get back to work and back to life. And because I care for myself and for each of you, I am only one. But together, we can get there.
The interesting thing about it is that sometimes when I'm here, I scream. Yeah, but those of you who viewing might see me doing all sorts of antics, typing on the phone, and yeah, it's because I'm screaming. I'm alone, so I do things like yeah, scream. Nobody can hear. But oh, shucks, the mic was on. You heard that one. But anyway, thanks again to Stanley. For having that conversation with us this morning. In case there's something that you heard that you would like to comment on, you can. The number is 4420975. Or you may want to raise something that is different. It's Monday morning, and Mondays, even if it's a holiday today. Today's what? Is it Corpus Christi? Oh, Whit Monday, sorry, Andre. Corpus Christi is usually on a Thursday. So yeah, Whit Monday. So, open lines. If you would like to call and share on something, feel free. I only got about 14 minutes of talk left for the morning. Then I'm going to play some great music, and then I'm going to leave. Who's after me? Sparky. I don't know if you know him. I don't know who you know. Somebody just sent me a message on the WhatsApp there. Let me check it out quick. Oh, okay. Pat, good morning. Pat says, very good program. Learned a lot from it. Well, thank you. I'd pass that message on to Stanley. Yeah. Yeah, he's a talker. But I'll pass it on to Stanley, Pat, that you enjoyed the program and you learned quite a bit. Right. Oh, Candice, good morning. How are you, my dear? How's my grandson doing? I trust that you're keeping the guy good, right? Okay, yeah, sure, Grandpa. I just waved. Okay, right. You'll see that. So let's do a quick check on all the lovely people who would have been on the live this morning. Ras Boops, he's in England. Good morning, Ras Boops. Well, Nabi, she's here. Stephen Simon, Andrea Nelson, Jwanda's been here. Erica Batiste. Jackie, good morning, girl. Stephen Francis, good morning. Yeah, that's the police. Janice, Patricia, James. Who else? Erlyn Williams. Erlyn is it in Philly or Pennsylvania? One of those places there. Good morning, Erlyn. Ellie Phillip is from Backstreet. I don't know her, but she and herself and Claire, they're pretty good friends. So good morning, LA. Good morning, Claire. Yeah, she was on there too. Bevon Charles, Roland McDonald. Good morning to you. And Chris Dwarka, Candy. Right, good morning to you. Dexter McFarlane. Good morning, Dexter. Dexter's in Toronto. No, I like Dexter. Dexter instantly say, yo, Toronto. Good morning, Dexter. Dexter McFarlane. Dexter McFarlane. I knew a Dexter Dubois, not McFarlane. Anyway, right. Good morning again, Kat. Yeah, you better hurry up and come for him. Yeah. Good morning, boy. How you doing? Right. Here's hoping that you have a wonderful day. Mommy will take care of you. Don't worry. Grandma too. Yeah, she'll do a pretty fine job of raising you. You bet your bottom dollar on that. Now, I thought I heard a phone. I just thought I thought I heard the phone. I looked down. But there was no red light there to indicate to me that the phone was ringing. Now, I've got to say this. Okay, call, I'm coming to you, but just let me say this. A number of you are going to go off having fun today, going to the little beaches here and there and maybe doing bus rides. If you're going to do a bus ride, be safe. You're going to go to the beach. Please, please, please be safe. We want to talk to you, not about you. We don't want you to be the news, okay? Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Oh, yes, good morning to you.
Yes, sir.
And how are you today?
I'm okay.
You know, when the two doctors meet,
The two.
always have these conversations.
Okay.
I listen to you, I listen to Mr. Charles intently, and every single thing he said is the truth. But, you know, I had my battles with the financial institution, not taking them to court. Didn't have them reach to court. But I battled with them toe-to-toe. And I had my way because I pointed out to the banks, to general managers many times, that the banks had the economy in the way it was, and maybe still is today. They are the ones that cause all the breaking up because they don't give people a good chance of prospering, of developing. They hold you back. I remember there's a day I sat with Mr. Boson when he was the finance minister. And I did a petition and I sent a copy to the prime minister. And I thought the bank became a government. They had so much power that they were doing what they want. So I penned paper to Mr. Boson and to the prime minister. And I raised the question is, if the bank has become a government and are foreclosing on people at will, what could the government do to ensure that they don't do that before they foreclose, even though the client might be delinquent, but make a case to us, the government, and we will determine whether you foreclose or not. And even though you have to foreclose, we'll say based on how the economy behaves and who is responsible for the economy, we say to the client, come sit with us. We're going to discuss a way out for you, but we got to pay the bank. That is the government. Pay the bank and bring the client to the government with the Minister of Finance and work out a payment arrangement for him to pay at a reduced rate over a period of years. So you don't let him down, because if the bank forecloses on him, he cannot restart. And it's not putting the bank in good stead, because that's one bad client that may tell another client and so on and so on. It could create a problem for the banks down the road. He told me that the bank is a private sector, and therefore there is nothing the government can do. And I said, no, sir, I don't believe that, because you see, all the banks fall under the rules of the ECCB, which is under the rules of the various government of the region. So all you need to do is to do a clause within the Banking Act to prevent them from doing so. That's all they had to do. So if we fail to take responsibility for the well-being of our citizens, that is what's going to happen. The bank is going to take advantage of us. And I made the prediction long ago. The bank realizing that it doesn't have much money in the region anymore, so let us pull out. Thank be to God we had the credit union hesitantly almost take the place of the bank, but the bank has put them under so much pressure that they're almost becoming like the banks now. They help us because all the private banks decided to go. So if they left, what would happen to us without a credit union? Would have been in trouble, because our administration over the years were not seeing these things and to be proactive to prevent it. That's the reason why you see we have to be begging and getting loans and struggling to pay back the loan. And Mr. Stanley Charles is so right. Why do we have to get monies from the large countries to do what we have to do? Can't we raise our money for ourselves? Why do we have to sell our things to them where they're not supporting us in going to the finished product? Who causing this? Are we paying attention to the development of our citizens in science and otherwise? When we start taking care of looking after the interests of our citizens, to develop our citizens economically, and I don't try to say financially, we have to do that. If we fail to do that, we'll always be beggars. And all we have to do, all they're forcing us to do, is to keep the raw base going. So when they give us a little loan, it's for the agricultural sector and other sectors, is to keep the base going to send the finished product back to us. That's the money they're giving us. It's a grant, the grant they're giving us. It's a profit they make of what we sold to them on a raw basis. They don't have an interest in us going to the final product, because if we go to the final product, we are going to be preventing them from making money from us, because most of them don't have the what you call the
the environment to actually produce what we produce in the cocoa, the nutmeg, or whatever it is, the other spices. They don't have that, so they depend on us. And so once we continue to rely on them for these little handouts, we'll never be able to leave to get out of where we are. And that is your problem. So poverty is hitting us down the road, and we don't know how to get out.
All right. Thanks for your comments, sir. Hello?
Yes, I'm there.
I said thanks for your comments. Because I'm just about getting ready to wrap up, yeah?
I discovered that.
Oh, okay, then thank you. Take care and God bless.
And have a great day, sir.
Where are you calling from, though?
I'm calling from St. David's.
St. David's. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Good. It's real. It's 91.9. So the clock says, one clock says 7, one clock says 5. Other one says 5. So I guess other one says 5. So I guess we will go with the 5s. 5 minutes before the 9 o'clock hour. To every single one of you who made the program possible this morning, I thank you so very much. But there's something that just came in on the social media, and I just thought I'd comment on it quickly. And it says, good morning, I would like to use your medium to ask the minister responsible for the River Entwine area if she can put some bin on the long wall. Thank you. Now, here's what's going on. Here's what happened. The minister ain't had to put no bin in Longwall. Bottom line. To begin with, anybody put a bin in Longwall, the next person that drive past and nobody looking, they're going to go with it. What has to happen in Longwall is that you, all of you, who go to the Longwall area should adopt the Longwall area. What do I mean by that? Make sure when you go to Longwall, and as a matter of fact, to any place that you walk with your garbage, you leave the area with your garbage. When you're in your bedroom, you clean up your bedroom. Treat it like your bedroom. Clean up the area. Because when you go to the beach and you choosing a place for you and your team, I'm going to come to you, you and your team to cook and to have a fun time, the first thing you do is that you clean up the area and you pack the garbage, you pack it on the side. Why don't you walk with a garbage bag so that you can put that garbage, which you just cleaned up, because you cleaned up after the nasty person who left before you. So you don't want to emulate the nasty person that left before you. You clean up, put in a bag, and when you get ready to leave, before it gets dark, you inspect the area to see or to make sure that the only thing you're leaving there will be footprints. That is how we will be able to keep the area clean. So whether the Longwall area belong to that part of the parish belong to Pamela Moses, or whether Kate feel that she has right to it, whatever, they don't have to put. And I'm not going to encourage Kate Lewis, nor am I going to encourage Pamela Moses to put any garbage bin in the Longwall area. You clean up after your nasty self. You understand? That's what you need to do. And stop expecting people to do thing for you. Time you get off your posterior and do something for yourself. Even the people that build at one point in time, they used to have music there. And have big session on a Sunday. And when you pass there Monday morning, and you pass there Tuesday, the place just totally littered. Yeah? And the promoter, one time it was chemist, I call his name, I ain't frightened, goes away with his pocket full of dollars and leave all the garbage for who to pick up. Huh? Leave all the garbage for who to pick up. He make the money, He make the money. And he leave the garbage. You all have to stop that stupidness. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Donald.
Good morning, Cammy.
Morning, Pat. Morning, how you doing? I know you're going away now, Mr. Donald, but I want to ask you something before you leave. The man that called Mr. David a puppet, that man does read the Bible, you know, for the nation every morning. So I don't understand how somebody preaching the word of God and you're calling people a puppet. And as a lawyer, that man had to stop that. And he needs to apologize. Hello?
I'm listening, love.
Yes. You can't be preaching the word of God on a morning with Pastor Simon and you calling somebody a puppet. He's supposed to be a good example to the people that are listening to him. I don't understand this kind of people and them. They say one thing here and they're doing something else. He had to apologize to Mr. David for calling him a puppet. But what kind of thing is that?
Yolan says good morning.
Good morning, darling. Good morning, sweetheart. I lie down and
You didn't ask me which Yolan, you know.
Yolan Smith are telling me good morning. Or Miss Yolan Dane, good morning.
I don't know which one you want to hear first.
Well, all of them is my girl.
All right.
Yeah. I just don't like that statement that man made. And the only reason why I didn't curse him up bad is because you were listening, but when I see you face to face.
So you know who say that? You know who say that?
When you tell me he's the lawyer man, the coolie man?
Did I tell you to somebody?
No, you, the coolie man. Yesterday on the program, when I see him, I will tell him, you can't call him people in public and you're preaching the word of God. Every morning he reading. He telling you what to do and you do that kind of thing. That is not nice. It's not right. Good morning to me, my Prime Minister and whoever it is.
So is your Prime Minister alone? All of us Prime Minister? You know?
Well, everybody had to say nothing, you know, Andre.
Well, I find you my Prime Minister, like if it's yours alone?
It's mine. I don't know for other people, and I think I want to bet Mr. Andre, them Chinese, they working on the heat of the nice house. You know, nice houses. Look at what in Caracou. They have in Sauters, they have in St. David. I mean, something wrong with us. Something wrong with this lawyer man are calling people puppet. And the big white man, and what is wrong with these people?
Do you remember?
You
remember there was a nice lawyer in town a very long time ago. You would have known him. His name was Carol Bristol. Remember that man?
I know. His son.
I didn't. Cammy, I ask you if you remember Carol Bristol.
Nice little white-haired man and that street.
Very humble on the left hand side. On the left hand side when you're coming from Market Hill, right there.
Yes, my grandmother had a boarding house not far from him.
Right.
On that street. Very humble, nice little. He had a silver fox.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know what are these people on them. I don't understand. Good morning to Miss Taylor and Lansapine and all these people. Yeah.
You have friends in Lansapine? You have friends in Lansapine?
Yes. Sandy Taylor was a darling. May so rest in peace. These are the people I knew in Grenada. Good people. Sandy. And he was a down-to-earth man. Down-to-earth. I used to get all the pepper and his celery from him by Bona Charter. And do you remember Miss Charter?
Miss Charter who used to clean Ainsley?
No.
Which one?
That one used to be right on Greenwich Street there, next to the Salvation Army. She used to cook food for everybody.
No, I don't remember. I remember the charter I remember is the one that used to clean Ainsley.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah. That's
all right. So everybody, Grenada, have a good day.
Take care of yourself, love.
Bye-bye.
All right, good.
And yes, you had a good program with Mr. Stanley. But you know, he had this nice talk. He had this nice talk. When he walked in the tongue, he head always down.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Have a good day. You have a place on St. John Street, you know. In front of the Catholic Church.
Yeah, that's where you live. That's where you live.
Place there.
That's the place right there.
Yeah, that's where we used to smoke all the weed when we were young.
Cammy, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Yeah.
Great. It's the Realist 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. Oh, Norma Sanderson. Greetings are coming to you from Norma Sanderson in Snell Hall there. Greetings are coming to you all the way from London. Ras Boops says hi, hello, and hoping that you have a wonderful day. Good morning.
Good morning and blessed day to you.
Best!
Wow.
Wow! Like the ashes wash up for you, boy?
No, man, you know how long I trying to get in, but I like to listen to you. But Stanley, he got a lot of knowledge and he diplomatic. He used words, like describing the Tasha. She was a bully among other things and thing. The words he used. If when you check the dictionary, they have the same meaning, like telling you how she was, and so I say, wow, But then, what we don't do in the Caribbean is separate the person from the let's say that, like the prime ministers.
Yeah.
The office of the prime minister do something, or the office of the minister of agriculture do something. We say is the minister.
Yeah, that's what we do.
We don't separate things.
You need to separate. How you doing, man? How you doing, Pes? People
I
praying
doing
for you regularly on the radio. People want to know what's happening with Pes, what's going on. How the ash treat you, boy? All the ganja dead?
Well, I down in the south, right? So the ash, well, ash still there because I'm going to Peter Mango just now, and down in the stem still have a little ash.
Okay. But it was terrible, right?
Yes, man.
All right. Go on.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Pes.
We still have a little ash. Well, we have plenty potholes, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So the ash that went into these potholes, the rain washed it up and leave some inside of it. And according to how the sun hot and how you walk, you still get a little ash coming up to your face,
Okay.
And in North Leeward side, it's impossible in some of the roads like to go down Chateau and whatever. But we good.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, your friend is in Grenada, so we'll send you something when she's coming. I have to find out from her exactly when she's coming, so we'll send you something when she's coming.
Yeah, she told me she was going.
Yeah. So, hey, my brother, take care of yourself and God bless you. And Pes, all the ganja dead?
No, how is dead?
Well, he only want to import ganja?
Man, 2 days before Christmas, I went in a medical marijuana field. And well, it was exciting. Just to stand and look at this thing, and then when you go up on the higher mountain, no way, those that ready to reap, and you just squeeze a bud, and the whole thing, just squeeze it and smell your hand. Well, you're getting high. You want to smoke it?
Just smell it.
Yeah.
Right.
Walk on it. But anyhow, blessed to you and Grenada, and God love.
All right, then. One love, my brother. Take care of yourself, yeah?
Yeah, man. Thanks.
All right, great. Yeah. Finally, friends, you heard from Pes. It was, that's worth it. It's worth 7 minutes of time on Real FM radio. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the world. I love every single one of you daily. I will more than likely catch you again. That will be on what morning? Tuesday morning, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow morning. Oh boy, somebody's calling again. You can't let that person drop like that. Good morning.
Andre,
yes?
Bess, good morning, Bess. I'm glad to hear your voice, boy. Yeah. Andre, the hearing man say, boy, just touch me to your good heart.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, God. Boy.
You wish us come here?
Yeah.
You wish us come here?
Andre, you wanna?
What's that?
You never smoke ganja?
Yeah, I did twice in my lifetime. Twice? Uh-huh.
What you doing nothing?
That the first time I did, I was hanging out with some guys. I was hanging out with some guys by their home. First time I did, and they had some tomatoes planted there. I ate all the tomatoes I could have seen. I ate everything.
You just take a little whip.
Yeah, I ate all the tomatoes, and then the next time where was I? I was working at the airport that time.
Yeah.
So I went to a 12 tribe gathering at the headquarters.
Rastafari.
Yeah, the headquarters in up in St. Paul's.
Yes.
Right. I went there with my cousin, and well, of course they smoking, so I smoked, and then I got home, That time mom was working at the rectory, I ate all the bread, all the cheese,
Yeah,
and
just
drink all the juice.
juice.
After that, I say, forget it.
You
Forget
afraid
that. Not afraid. After that, I say, like that will make me a papa, man. I say, forget that.
It's a nice feeling, boy. You're a safari. You ready, man? That you touch it, it's there. You get it high. I just have to smell a good somebody smoking a good tampy. And I get high too. Really have a good day.
Kami, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, good. Okay, so that's going to do it for this morning. It was indeed a joy. I enjoyed myself immensely just being here with you and sharing with you. So take care of yourself. Got some great music lined up for you. What I can tell you is that the music that you will hear for most of the day today, if not all of the day today, is going to be local music. That's what we try to do on holidays. We try to give you a local diet. So stay with us. Bye-bye now.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody! Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your